Is it
Oh, there
gone?
you go.
Thank you.
Hey,
Oh, thank you.
one heck of a team over there.
Hi. You here for the village meeting?
Okay.
Donna's not here yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not here yet. Okay, so we had the pledge of allegiance, public comment on the agenda item. Paul, do you have any questions? Pretty much the
Yeah,
same
I do.
thing we discussed last time.
But I don't know the details of it.
Okay, so the details would be, what we discussed last time is their department. So they have a full-time inspector, 2 part-time inspectors, 24 hours a week. They'll be on call if necessary for evening type things of, say it's an emergency, a fire or something like that, they'll be covering all of that. They'll be managing the building department as, at full force, as, you know, I want to say previously done, but I think it'll actually be a little bit better. Today was physically, we signed the agreement on Friday, so we're executing it today. They came in, took some turnover, got used to the files and so forth, so it was a good day. We got them their computer logins and all that stuff. There is a cap for the year, and I'm looking for that. Where was that cap? So the compensation to the town will be a monthly rate of $3,360 for the building inspector, fire inspections, investigation of all violations, performance code compliance, and related enforcements not to exceed $40,320 annually. So currently that will be in force until 2025 July. We can terminate it at any given point in time, and with a 30-day notice, of course, and that's pretty much it. They come with their own vehicles. We have our vehicle, of course, if it became necessary, we could add that into it, but they have their own vehicles. There's normally 2 people here at a clip, and that's it.
How many, so my comments will be that, so you said you signed it Friday, shouldn't you have this meeting before you sign it?
I had to do, I was not around part of this morning, and Rob was not around, so we signed it off on Friday.
Yeah, I think that's kind of awkward, because what if by chance the board voted it down right now?
Well, then we terminate the agreement,
Okay.
okay? And I mean, they don't work, it was that simple, but, you know, we've had many conversations, lots of different interviews, and the board was on board to move forward with this.
So there's not one specific, what I'm saying, let me gather my thoughts after what you just said, because that was, you said it's free, it's until 2025 July, you could cancel it with 30 days notice. The 40, it comes out to no more than what, 40,000?
Right, $40,360, I think I said?
Does it? And I go back to what the attorney said last time. I think this is something, and first of all, you did it this week, when you have a meeting next week.
Right,
I know you wanna get started, but it's only a matter of a week.
well, a
But
week
you
with the
also,
village hall is huge.
you also have to consider that your building inspector might come back, so now you would have to cancel this thing.
That's the beauty of it. If he was to come back, then we cancel it with a 30 days notice. And we didn't hire a full-timer, that would have been more consequential in
Oh, yeah,
a
absolutely.
problem, right? So
I
we didn't
agree.
do that. We're looking at part-time people and working with the town. And,
I go back to, when we have a water main break, a
Mhm.
lot of times the town DPW shows up, helps us out. Christmas parade, the town DPW helps us out with decorations or equipment or blocking roads or whatever it is. The police, the town police also help. Christmas parade, snow plowing. We don't have an IMA for any of them, so if this is just gonna be a temporary thing, why do we need an IMA? Why can't they just help us out for the 24 hours a week? Why
well,
can't they
because,
just,
because we don't have a building
Responsibility
department, right, what was that?
Responsibility and liability.
Right.
okay, so there's no responsibility,
I
liability when
don't,
they
I don't
come in and.
understand what's the issue with the IMA? I mean, during your tenure, you had the building
It
department.
was here when
working
we
for
got
you
here,
guys.
yeah, it was here when we got here, and
Okay.
it was, and like I told you then, I think the $40,000 for what they're gonna get paid, they're not gonna get paid $40,000 between, and it's gonna be all three of them?
We have the ability up to three. We have access to their department. So if it was necessary to have three of them here, a given day, then that's what might happen. But right now, it's manageable with the things that just went on today in turning over open files, open permits that had questions, what do you wanna call that?
Municipal service.
Thank you, thanks. Municipal searches, there were at least 10. And this stuff comes in, as you know, on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
daily basis.
Yeah.
So we couldn't sit and wait another week while people are waiting to close, had closing schedules, and to do it right, we needed the department here. So,
And remember, this is up to 24 hours a week. So if there's 3 in a day, it's because that was on a need-be basis.
I'm not questioning how many, I still say that if the full-time person is here between the hours of 8 and 5:30, it's double dipping. I don't care if you put it under any kind of umbrella you want,
And there is
IMA
no
or anything
full-time
else.
building inspector
Huh?
here. And there is no full-time building inspector.
If you use the full-time building inspector from Blooming Grove between the hours of 8 and 5:30, they're being paid from the town of Blooming Grove, and they're being paid from the village of Washingtonville. That's double dipping, no matter what you call it.
But that's not, we're paying what we're paying. We go,
And Blooming Grove is also paying. While they're here, Blooming Grove is also paying them.
they're getting what they're getting from Blooming Grove. They're getting what they're getting from us. When we
And-
talk
and I'm
about
saying-
the cap.
but that's what an IMA is all about.
No, yeah, no, it's not
Right.
what it's all about.
Yes.
Double dipping is double dipping.
You can call it whatever you want, but the intermunicipal agreement is exactly what we're talking about and what we signed and they
Right.
signed. So that we can share services. That's what it's about.
They're working their hours, Paul, whether it's in this village or it's over there, right? So if it's an 8-hour day and they do 4 hours here and they do 4 hours in Blooming Grove, it's an 8-hour day.
You're
The
missing the
money
whole
we're
point.
paying to Blooming Grove, that's part of their salary.
Part-timer, I could see if it's after their part-time hours in Blooming Grove, then they come here to work. But if it's a full-timer in Blooming Grove, and they come here to work between 8 and 5:30, Blooming Grove is paying their salary, and we're paying their salary.
Right, so they're doing work for
But
Blooming
they-
Grove,
but they're not
and they're
doing
doing
work
work
for
for
Blooming
Washington. Again, no different than it was back in 16, 17, and 18. No different.
Well, no, because, and that's what I said, I didn't agree with it then, I don't agree with it now,
Okay?
because I don't know that you needed an IMA just based on, so there's no liability when they,
Because
there's
we're
no
liable.
liability when they come in and snowplow.
We have, because it's not scheduled, it's not every snowstorm, it's on an occasion. This is, we're required to have a building department. So, and they don't want the liability, and there's gotta be protections for us and protections for them. But that's what the intermunicipal agreement is all about. So, without it, no one would be working, let's put it that way. And with an agreement, we know what we're paying, we know the hours, we know the people, They're familiar with the system, they have the same software that we have, that they have. It's seamless as far as that's concerned. And they can pick up the ball and run with it because there's a lot of things going on in the village.
How many hours did we have back in 16, 17 when you're talking about with the IMA?
I think it was about the same, because you were paying about, what I recall, was about 40,000 in that contract.
42,000.
Right, so we're paying 40-ish,
And I
$2,000
thought
less.
42, I still think 40 is a lot.
Okay, well, you know, for
Part of that money is going to,
inspectors,
part of that money is going to the town,
of course,
for whatever reason, I don't know why.
their
Why is the
salaries.
town-
their-
No, they're not gonna make 40,000 between the three of them.
Well, I
At
don't-
24
What
hours.
the agreement is between the building department and the town board is totally up to them.
We don't have a building department.
Theirs, Blooming Grove.
Oh.
Between
And we
the money
still
that we're
do have a
paying
building
them, what they do with that 40K is up to them. Right? It's up to them to manage it and pay their employees and do whatever they need to do.
So they came up with the dollar amount of the 3,300, 3,360 a month. They came up with that.
Well,
The
yeah,
town building department.
No, the town supervisor and board came up with that
And
amount.
you guys had nothing to say? You guys didn't negotiate? Didn't say, no, that's too much money?
I don't think it's a lot of money, Paul, because if you go out and look for a building inspector right now,
Oh, yeah.
you're
I-
paying 90,000, 100,000,
And plus
120,000.
benefits, yep, I agree, I
Right.
agree, I
So,
agree.
I don't think that is an enormous amount of money.
I just
when
know
you
that-
Look at when you're getting a department who's already familiar and knows what's going on.
I just know that when we paid the 42 and South Blooming Grove paid the 42, they got 84. But that building inspector that we had only got 15,000.
15 what?
Yes, you can ask.
But that's between Blooming Grove and
Right,
the
and
others,
that, we can't control that, but Paul, if we were
We
paying an
can,
engineer.
if we say, no, that's too much money, let's talk about this. If they're willing to help, and they know we need the help, why wouldn't they negotiate that?
Well,
I
looking
think-
at the price that it was from 2016 and having the same price or actually $2,000 less in 2024 with the cost of increase in salaries and the increase of health benefits
And the high demand for building
and
inspectors.
the high demand and the point that there aren't many experienced building inspectors out there.
And we're
the
not doing-
ones that are,
We're not doing health benefits or anything, we're not paying
No,
to help them.
no. no, but I'm saying that to hire somebody, to try to find the right fit is really, really hard. I mean, they're flying all over the place, people that are in considered decent building inspectors. So we felt this was a win-win for us, that we were stable and, you know, we'll hit the ground running.
Who's the other part-time building inspector over there?
Robin, her name is Robin,
Robin?
yeah, Robin, female.
Robin, last
I
name?
don't, I forgot it. But she's been with them, I think, a short period.
This is actually costing us $35 an hour.
All right, I had my say, I just think
No,
it's,
that's good.
I still think it's too much money, and I think that you should have not signed it on Friday and waited till tonight.
Okay.
It's just my opinion,
Well, that's why we're executing it this evening,
yeah.
so that we don't have to wait a week.
So it's just a
It was just
formality.
timing.
because-
Otherwise, I could have had the meeting Friday night, but there were a lot of things going on Friday as well.
Yeah.
And we felt Monday would be a better night for everybody, anybody who wanted to show
Yeah,
up.
look at, it's
I
packed.
know, you packed.
Friday would have been too.
And that's the problem, is that people don't give a crap, they don't vote, they don't come, they don't do anything.
Yep, so,
You get it,
Oh, I know,
you've been here.
only if
When
when they
there's an
wanna
issue.
yell and scream.
okay.
Got
Well,
that right.
Thanks for your comments, I appreciate that. Any comments from the board? Okay. So with no questions from the board, can I have a resolution to approve the municipal agreement, the IMA, with the town of Blooming Grove as stated?
Motion to approve.
Motion on Donna, second on Steve. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Thanks everyone for your time. Paul, thank you very much.
Let me beat the crowd. That's the rush hour traffic.
Watch out.
Safe
Watch
driving
that
out of the
parking
parking
lot,
lot.
it's probably packed with cars out there.
Oh, and thank you for closing the DPW gate.
You're welcome, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
It was closed tonight as I went by.
Yeah, I've been driving
It's
by
gonna
at
be closed
night,
from now on.
it's closed every night.
Terrorists, a lot of terrorists out
Yeah,
there, you know?
so I need a motion to adjourn into executive session for personnel matters with no decisions being made.
Motion to adjourn into an executive session.
Not adjourning, we have a
No.
motion, we have,
To go into.
we have to go into, so we need
Motion to
a
go into.
motion and a second. What do you wanna do?
Hold on, let me get another way to count
What do you
because
want me to do? Somebody get the motion?
Motion to go
She
into
made the
executive
motion.
session.
And you were adjourning it, we can't
It's
adjourn
like
it.
having a Costello show.
It sure is hot out.
So
I
there's a
second the motion.
All right, we have the second, all in favor?
Aye.
And motion passes 5-0.
who's on
We are
first?
now in executive session.
See you later.
Take care, Paul.
The camera needs to come off.
Yes. Camera. What's the matter, Sal?